get spiritual. I'm your host, Annie, and I'm here with my bestie, Ashley, and we'd love for you to join us as we discuss all aspects of spirituality and wellness. So sit back, take a breath, and let's get spiritual. Hello, welcome back.
Hey, guys.
So this week, we're talking about our auras.
Okay.
I'm very excited about this one because everything basically that's living and like even spaces can have auras. There's a lot to learn here.
Facts.
So we're going to dive right into it.
All right.
Again, I got a lot of my information from one of my favorite little books.
You're busting out the
Yes.
little books. That one's really pretty.
I know. It's pretty like our auras. Our auras are made
Colorful.
up of rainbow colors. So yeah, we're going to get right into it. So we all have an aura, and it's rainbow colored energy field, basically. It's invisible to the naked eye, usually. But it can be perceived physically with some practice.
I was going to say, there are people that can read your aura. They can see
Maybe
it.
we'll have one day. I would love to have an
would be
aura reader
amazing.
on here.
Okay.
Maybe she can read it.
Manifest
He
that
or she
shit
can
out
read
there.
it.
Hit the bell or something.
Ooh.
Make it happen.
So ultimately, it's a three-dimensional ellipse or oval shape that surrounds our physical bodies and consists of 7 different color bands or layers.
Okay.
The aura reveals our moods, energetic states, personality, and status of our health.
Question. Do you think mood rings are real?
I think maybe kind of in a way, because I think your body temperature, like I think they pick up on something.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're like stuff that's commercialized like that. I tend to not believe
But like
in a
that's
whole
like
lot.
a Ouija board is commercialized.
Yeah,
but
true.
I wouldn't be messing with one we did as kids, and I would.
I feel like most mood rings now are just heat sensor ones and react to your body temperature rather than your mood or aura.
Yeah.
But I could see an actual mood ring, like something.
Like maybe also working in the because sometimes your mood affects your body temperature,
heart
so
rate
why
and
wouldn't
stuff
that
like that.
maybe affect your aura?
Yeah, it all does affect it because
They're
it does
real.
read our
They're
health.
real.
Mood rings are real. So when it's most radiant and strong, our aura can reach outward about an arm's length around our whole body.
Oh, wow.
Nice, strong aura. If someone is in poor health,
Said that really passionately.
I did, because I
Yours
want
was
one.
strong.
I want a strong freaking aura. So when someone's in poor health or in a low emotional state, their aura may appear to be pale or very weak or small and like close to the body, so it doesn't extend out.
I want someone to read our auras now. Go on.
I know, right? And that's because it's a spiritual bioenergetic field that varies in size and density from person to person, and it's based on what's going on in each person's life at that time. So it's always changing.
Those mood rings are probably real.
Hashtag mood rings are real.
Where's the button?
So our auras are always changing based on the conditions in our life and everything at the moment. Well, I don't think our auras are ever just one color, and I don't think they're ever like a certain combination of things. It's just something that's always just changing,
Probably
reflecting.
like vary in size and stuff. Some days you're like BDE
Yeah.
aura, and
Yeah.
some days you're LDE.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Sometimes you're just NDE.
In the middle, yeah. Yep, and even our pets have auras.
Jackson's is big.
So yeah, not just humans and the pets, but also plants, crystals, and even like a place has an aura. I'm sure you've gone somewhere that has an uplifting kind of vibe or not so uplifting.
Did I tell you about the
kind
time that I went to a haunted house on an inspection at my job?
of- recently?
It was maybe like a month ago.
I don't think so.
It just made me think of this because when I walked in the room, I felt off. The vibe felt off.
Hello.
But it was also, it had like orange carpet. Like it was not
Like
cute.
burnt orange.
Yeah. Ugly wallpaper and all the pictures were crooked. So
You're like, did I walk into a staged haunted house?
I was just like, is it haunted or do I just not like how nothing looks good and why are the pictures crooked?
Yeah.
And then after the fact, the homeowner said that her house was haunted.
Oh. You
And
should
she
just
was
walk
like,
up
and it
with
was that
sage
room,
every
and I was
time.
like, in that room, oh, maybe I was feeling something. I thought
There
it was
you
just
go.
because it was hideous.
Your
but
subconscious knows, girl.
if I think something's hideous, it might be haunted.
Yeah, there you go. If you get those icky feelings, then yeah, probably.
Redecorate.
Yeah. So the aura is transmitted to and from the body via the 7 main invisible energy centers. And we've talked about
We
these,
have
the
talked about them.
chakras.
Hashtag re-listen. It's literally
Yes.
called chakras.
Yep.
It's easy to find.
So it's not just the chakras, it's all those other smaller energy centers and stuff, the nadis and the meridians.
I'm having such ADD
It's
moments.
okay.
I am punchy today. I am sorry. I read this thing this morning about nadis. It made me think of nadis because they were talking about how clapping your hands.
Yep, activates.
Yes, it activates the little energy sources.
Yep.
It's like put nadis in there because that's what it's called. Listen to Let's Get Spiritual. We talk about it.
Yes. When we get into the Reiki episode, we'll learn about how to like harness that. But yeah, it's like even just to read energy with your hands, you're supposed to clap them together and then rub them to create that friction.
And it like activates some magical stuff.
Yep. It creates that friction there that kind of just activates the energy and the particles. So through our nadis, through our meridians and our chakras, they kind of they exude into our aura. And just like how I do a chakra reading and that tells me if there's maybe sometimes when someone's in not so great health, it comes through in the readings.
Right.
Or if someone's going through something emotionally, that comes through in my readings, and that also comes through in the aura. Like it's essentially a bubble that holds all of that energy and like all of that stuff. It's very, very interesting. So each chakra is fueled by and empowers a specific aura layer of the same color. So the yellow chakra, I said there's 7 colors in the aura layers. There's 7 colors of the chakra.
Right.
Each chakra color relates to the same aura layer. And the root chakra is like the closest layer to us because it's the most physical type chakra. So that's the aura layer that's the closest to us. And as each layer goes out, it's the orange, red, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and then white. So yeah, really cool stuff. And again, if your chakra is not in balance, it will reflect directly into the aura. And I like to imagine the chakras extending from their circular vortex out into their specific layer of our aura. Like they just communicate to our aura, and it's just like a energy center. And it's part of our inner spiritual or etheric bodies. This is made up of light. Light is energy. That's what we are. This is a part of us that survives death, is our aura. It's just our essence, our soul, our energy, our light. Like that is us. It's like a little bubble of us that when our physical bodies are done, that's the part that remains out in the rest of the world with all the other energies. So I like to think of our auras as the essence of our souls, the light that exists both within the body and around our physical bodies, the part of us that lives on past the physical body, and how sometimes you can feel when a loved one who's passed away is around you. That's their spirit, their aura. It's that part of them, that their energy that you can feel. Right. And we'll get this when we do talk about spirits in a ghost episode, where how people can like feel when there's a presence or a spirit around them. And that essentially, to me, is the aura. It's, again, the part of us
that's that energy. Because that's definitely what I feel like. Unless your room is ugly and I'm just shocked by that. Sometimes when I walk into a room, I can feel like, oh, there's something else in here.
Yes,
that's
not just me.
What I can see. Yeah. So.
And it's the part of us that could be felt more than it can be seen. Again, there are some people who have a clear sense that they can see our auras and see what colors they are at the time or what colors are more vibrant. But it's in general kind of like our vibe. Our vibe is kind of like the aura.
That. I think everybody's felt someone's aura. There's someone in your life that you've probably met that just thinking about them, you can almost feel their energy, whether it be a good energy and makes you happy or one that makes you cringe.
I like to think of like the vibration as like the measurement of how strong the aura is or how weak it is. And you can tell even if someone who's normally high vibing comes in and they're not their usual self, like you know it before they speak. Yeah. And that's the part of us, the subconscious part, the stuff, the higher knowing.
Sensory stuff,
Yeah, that's the non-physical part of us acting up. So again, it's like our vibe. It's a frequency, just like color is a frequency, sound is a frequency, energy is a frequency. And that's what the aura is, that bubble that encompasses us, and that is us. Everything that makes us who we are sits in our aura. So people on spectrum, this consists of like autism, Asperger's syndrome, ADHD, or people who are prone to like rapid mood swings in general, are more sensitive to external events, and inner thoughts usually are more affected by other people's auras because theirs are like wide open. And like kids too, I think kids have like wide open auras and they can really sense if energy's off or something's not right. And there's also people on spectrum or someone who's been through something terribly traumatic who's like closed their aura off and they've just kind of really withdrawn. And sometimes on spectrum, you can kind of tell those individuals as well. Then they kind of go through life with a closed off or a weak aura. But when you're aware of it and working with your aura, it can actually heal both physical issues and emotional issues. And it helps keep all of those things kind of at bay and, you know, from taking over your life like they maybe did. Or they may not bother you as much as they used to in the future. And there's many different ways to cleanse and maintain a healthy aura. So you can do it with water, sage, crystals, conscious meditation, breath work, in particular color breathing, where you imagine a certain specific color, conscious breath work in general. You can also do exercises to help seal in your aura and protect it from negative forces and influence. Like water's a good one. I talked about in the mindfulness and meditation episode that water cleanse in the shower where you're like, I am washing this day. That's an aura cleanse. You're using the water to remove that negative energy that's stuck to you and releasing it. I personally use a selenite wand. I have one that's like literally a wand. I think my brother has one that's like in the shape of a soap bar, but you just like wand it around you, like it literally wash yourself with it. I take a little like non-shower shower with it and it does cleanse your aura. Crystals are a really easy way to cleanse your aura. Actually, they're the most effective and easiest tool to bring harmony to the auras. Just by placing them in your personal space and in your environment can help uplift the energy of the room and in yourself and create a more harmonious environment in general. So there are some stones that you can place near the entrance of your home or office that absorb negative energy, or like a crystal cluster somewhere in the room to send positive energy throughout the room and positive in like all different directions. So there's a lot of different ways with crystals alone that you can help your aura just by keeping them around you, on you, and using them.
Exactly.
So this goes along with like how we talked about the vibes when you enter into a room. You can feel that energetic presence, whether it's really good, really bad, or really heavy. And sage and smudging is really high up there with crystals as a way to like release this energy and kind of clear it out. It's
almost like the easiest way.
It really is.
As we've said with crystals, you do want to know what kind of crystal you got and what it does. But when it comes to saging and using Palo Santo, like you just need to get sage and Palo Santo. Ethically sourced.
Yes, obviously. Ethically sourced and use them with intention.
Yeah, but it's I think it's for a beginner.
Yeah, I think it's just a very practical way to cleanse your aura. Showers are the other one.
That would be actually the most practical way. Because I hope you're showering regularly. Yeah.
Yeah. So again, this book in particular, my little friendly book here.
We should try to remember to link stuff like this in the show notes.
I should.
Show notes is the description, by the way, of the show.
Got it. But we are going to start putting some of the books like that we reference in here. There's a lot of different, in this book, it kind of teaches you how to practice reading auras. And I've downloaded this app. Again, with that stuff, I don't know if I trust it, but it's been pretty spot on. So I don't discredit it wholeheartedly just yet.
Yeah.
But
it's nice
there's ones where you could take a selfie and so it does a selfie and you have to put your thumbs on a sensor on the phone.
Because it's like a mood ring?
Maybe because it's like a mood ring. I can't believe you brought that all the way back around. That is incredible.
Yeah.
But yeah, now I forget what I was talking about.
I'm sorry, I got excited.
But there is ways.
The sensors with the app. Go on.
You can actually learn how to read auras yourself. It takes a lot of practice. You really have to be mindful.
Like that has to do too with like you have to like do something with your eyes. Like I don't know.
Yeah, you have to almost close your eyes a little bit. Yeah, there's an easy way to do it is to stand in front of a plain colored wall, or have someone who you're trying to read stand in front of that wall and you kind of like look past the person at the wall slightly
like just a
between their
little bit,
head and their neck in this area. And then you're supposed to like squint your eyes so that they're almost closed. And when you just like focus on that spot, you're supposed to be able to see a color or colors.
Yeah.
So, and sometimes people's auras are like one really strong color because maybe that chakra is really in tune right now. Or maybe it's a couple of colors because you're really healthy and balanced. Each color represents a certain thing. So again, I'm not going to get into all those nitty gritties. That's a lot.
We'll just find a professional and they can explain it to you.
Yeah.
Putting it out there in the universe.
But yeah, you can totally get through a book like this very easily. These books are small, even just online research. You always want to be careful.
Yeah.
I can't stress it enough.
Because unfortunately, there's just shisty
people just read the first thing that they see and they're like, that's the truth.
It's the internet.
I read multiple things.
You have to.
And I look for consistencies and inconsistencies. And there's a lot out there that's inconsistent. So get good resources. Yeah. But yeah, getting back to aura reading, it is, again, there's people who do it for a living and you can practice to do it yourself. But I think before you start reading other people's, I think you should kind of work on your own, cleansing your own, protecting your aura. There's ways to like harness and protect the aura itself as well, from negative influences too, which is kind of like, and I've done intention sessions where I want to shield myself from negativity. Yeah. Anytime you do a negativity shield, that's like an aura shield. You're protecting yourself, your bubble from any negative outside influences. Yes. So I think might be some time for some tarot. This one was a little quick.
This one is a quickie.
But there's a lot. And I mean,
there's a lot, but then also I feel like it does really tie into the chakras.
It does. It does tie into the chakras a lot. And when we think of it as that part of us that lives on, it's like our soul. It's our aura.
Yeah.
So be mindful of it.
Oh,
cleanse it.
Definitely.
Protect it. It's you.
Precious.
It's
literally precious.
The part that lives on after the flesh, it's doesn't have a gender, doesn't have an identity other than it being your energy and your essence and just you.
I like it.
Yeah. So let's take some mindful breaths while Ashley shuffles her cards. We're going to do 3 counts in.
Dropped all the cards.
Oh. We're going to actually practice a aura cleansing breath count here.
Okay.
Right? So as you inhale on the 3 counts, you're going to invite in positive light and energy into your auras. And when you exhale, you're going to send out any negativity out of your aura. So breathe in the good stuff. Exhale
the bad stuff.
Yes, exactly. And
I almost cursed, but I didn't. You should be proud of me.
I am proud. All right, so we're going to start now with inhale. And exhale that bad stuff. Inhale that positive light. Exhale that out. And one more time, right into your aura. And exhale. The cards are quiet.
They're super quiet. There's only one that really flew out.
I know.
They're not even, well, that time I almost dropped all of them, but that doesn't count. That's too much. But I kind of like where that went.
There we go.
We'll leave that one out. It was the tower. I mean, it's not a bad, I don't think it's a bad card, but I also don't think that it's not going with the message.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it. Because for me, the message really, I mean, even if I just had the 6 of Cups, I already kind of got the vibe of the message. So we have the 6 of Cups, which we have seen before.
Yeah.
And the 4 of Swords. So these are 2 cards for today. The 6 of Cups to me is always just a really nice reminder to like literally stop and smell the flowers and to just take a moment and take that time to just really appreciate kind of the things that are around you and the things that are, are to come, right?
Like an attitude of
It's
gratitude.
an attitude of gratitude. It really is.
Yeah.
And then the Four of Swords to me is always an indication that rest is needed. I mean, I know that it kind of looks like a death scene, but
He's resting.
he is resting hard.
Yeah.
So, but I think that this has to do a lot with our energy, and that sometimes energy does need a little bit of rest.
Yeah, like take your rest, appreciate things, pause, smell
take
the flowers,
a pause, smell the flowers, and rest. I really think that this is just a reminder for whoever is listening to it. If this resonates with you, it's the universe's way of just being like,
time to pause.
Chill, girl or boy, king or queen.
Yeah.
You need to calm down.
Plus, I think that's another good way to cleanse your
I guess
aura
then
and yourself.
this one would actually make sense. Ew, I hate when that happens.
You're like, here we go.
Because if I get one card, I mean, cool. That one card alone can be enough of a message.
Yeah.
But usually then I'll take a look at the bottom and the top of the deck. So the bottom of the deck was the Four of Swords, and then the top of the deck was the Tower. But in reality, I feel like that does all go together, because if you don't do a little bit of rest in, a little bit of attitude of gratitude,
This is good.
your ish is going to get pretty
That looks
hectic and
chaotic.
crazy and
That looks crazy.
So rest,
Like
relax.
don't get there by doing that.
Yeah, do this now so life doesn't get like this later.
Yes. I love that. That's perfect.
Naughty's
message.
activated.
Activate the naughties. That is amazing. Well, thank you all for listening. I hope you really take some mindful intent to cleanse your auras and protect your auras, and just be mindful of them in general, or else
You don't want that.
Take
the
some
tower's
rest.
crusty.
be mindful, appreciate yourselves. Y'all deserve it.
And don't forget to be spiritual.
Yeah, stay spiritual.
Yes. Have a good night,
Bye.
everybody.